Hey, what's up there, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer 55551. And sorry if my voice sounds a little bit different or something like that. I'm kind of fighting off a cold and everything like that. Hopefully, I'll feel maybe better tomorrow and everything like that. So if my voice sounds different, that's probably the case though. But anyway, we got 4 stories to cover, including basically the Circana numbers, or MPT numbers coming out in terms of what games and systems did well during, I think, July and all. We have some information regarding upcoming Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and that we now know that it's coming not only on to Xbox but to the PS5. Koei Tecmo making a comment about in terms of their ideas of collaboration and everything like that. And Nintendo basically did a sort of a video and talked about what we could expect in terms of the upcoming, their Nintendo Museum that will be in Japan and everything like that. And if you're interested where I got the source of this information, links will be in the description of this video down below. And if you want to skip to a certain part of this video, timestamps will also be in the description or at the beginning of this video. But before we get started though, I would like to do what I like to call the quick my 2 cents. Stories that kind of caught my attention, but I'm not going to go into a huge amount of details. The first one has to do with the upcoming Fantasian from Mistwalker that originally was on the Apple Arcade, but now coming to other systems, including the Nintendo Switch, has been rated by the ESRB rating system. I believe last time I checked it was rated E and everything like that. So, and basically they're saying it's appropriate for everyone and everything like that. So, in case you want to know what the rating system is for that game, you can check it out yourself. We also got some information about the amiibo functionality for the upcoming Zelda Echo of Wisdom, its compatibility announcement and everything like that. Supposedly there will be stuff ranging from new costumes to items and certain things like that. So if you want to take advantage of your amiibos and all, here's another example right here. We also saw that Indie Creates will be getting a Switch demo very soon. I think it might be next month. It's for the upcoming their RPG card game Encell if I'm saying the name correctly though. I am curious to see what this game might be and all though. For those who don't know, Indie Create has done several small titles, including one that's often referred to as the fan service on-rail shooter, Galgun and everything like that. And if you don't know what that game is, type it out on YouTube and you will see for yourself, though. We also learned that LEGO has revealed a new set for the new Mario set and everything like that. This one will be based off of Mario Kart and all. And judging by what they showed, it seems more like the traditional Mario Karts and everything like that. So if you're expecting something like what we've seen from like the Super Mario Lego Zelda, Super Mario Lego set, basically, where Mario, there's interactive and anything like that. Doesn't seem you're going to be getting that with this one though. So whether this appeals to you or not, that's entirely up to you and up to what your preference and taste is. We also learned that unfortunately the voice actor who played or did the Japanese voice actor for Bayonetta by the name Asuka Tana, I apologize if I'm not saying her name correctly, unfortunately passed away and everything like that. So, obviously she probably has done other roles and everything like that, but still, nevertheless, it is very unfortunate that she passed away, and my heart goes out to her friends, families, and fans of those who enjoyed any of the characters she may have voiced in the past. We also saw a teaser trailer for the upcoming Borderlands 4 and all. Obviously, Gearbox is moving ahead despite how awful the Borderlands movie did at the box office, which is, unfortunately, it did terrible. Had the movie done well, this might have helped to build some hype for it, but obviously it did not, so it is going to put Borderlands 4 sort of in a tough spot, but time will tell how Borderlands 4 will play out once that game does come out. Supposedly, I've been hearing a 2025 release date, but excuse me, we'll have to wait and see if that happens. We also learned that Purple Lamp, the developers of the upcoming Epic Mickey Rebrush, is open to the idea of doing one based off of Epic Mickey 2 if Epic Mickey Rebrush does very well. We'll see if that is the case, everything like that. Personally, I would love to see Epic Mickey 2 get a shot and everything like that, including I think one for the 3DS, or I believe it was for the 3DS, if that one gets a remaster or a remake. So hopefully Epic Mickey Rebrush does well enough that they try to do a remake or a remaster of Epic Mickey 2, and who knows, maybe this will convince Warren Spector to maybe come back and do maybe a Epic Mickey 3 and everything like that. Excuse me. We also learned that supposedly Monster Hunter Wilds has confirmed that there will be NPC hunters for solo players and everything like that, which shouldn't be a bad thing for those who are into the solo play and all part of maybe Monster Hunter. I believe this was introduced in Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, so if that's true, then that's definitely one I would be keeping an eye out, and might maybe more interested in the Monster Hunters than I was in the past. And finally, we are learning, along with the REV8 trailer that showed off the new off-road vehicle of some sort for Starfield and all, we are learning that supposedly a higher frame rate option will be available for the Xbox Series S. It's already available on the Series X and everything like that. So certainly nice that we're getting that kind of feature for Series S owners and everything. And last but not least, at least on the movie and TV show part of our Quick My 2 Cent, we learned that unfortunately Disney has canceled the Star Wars Allocate, if I'm saying the name correctly, after one season and everything like that. I have one more episode to go, and I'm hoping I could do a review on that one next week. But nevertheless, it is a little bit unfortunate and everything like that, though, because I do like the idea of it taking place during the Old Republic and all. Okay, with the Quick My 2 Cent part now done, along with the movie and TV show part, we'll get started with our first story, and this one has to do with, excuse me, the Nintendo Museum. Now, as some of you are aware of, Nintendo was starting to basically, they were kind of build a museum in Japan based off, the history of some of the stuff that they have done and everything like that. The only thing closest that I could think of would be the Nintendo World Store in New York, which had some Nintendo's feature, including a Game Boy that survived during Operation Desert Storm back in the 90s and all. Well, that was pretty much it, or everything like that. Well, recently this week, Nintendo did host a special Nintendo Direct. Mind you that they had to put out a tweet to let people know, be aware that there will be no mention of the Switch successor or any updates of any games. This was specifically for the Nintendo Museum, and they really did stick to that, though. Basically, it is a look at sort of the history of Nintendo, ranging from some of the stuff that they have worked on when they worked on a certain type of cards, to some of their products that they have made in the past before entering into the gaming space and everything like that, to a history, of some of the systems like the Wii, to the NES, to they even show off different versions of the NES, like the Famicom in Japan, to the international systems that we would know, like the Nintendo Entertainment System and all. And it's certainly, based off what they showed on that video, is certainly interesting and everything like that. And if I ever get a chance to visit Japan, that certainly is one place I would certainly like to visit and all. As far as what can we expect into this, just as I mentioned, there is some stuff there ranging from interactives like craft and play and all, a history of a lot of the Nintendo stuff and everything like that, supposedly shops and everything. In terms of what to expect in terms of ticket prices or anything like that, according to at least Nintendo Life, they do say that in terms of prices, though, it will be free entries for ages 5 and younger. Children 6 to 11 would be 1,100 yen, $8 here in the US. Youth 12 to 17 would be 2,020 yen, $15 here in the US. And finally, adults 18 and over is 3,300 yen, $23 here in the US and everything like that, though. You have to sort of reserve your tickets or something like that, at least at this time and everything like that. And he showed off the location and everything and where you can find this place and all, basically in the map in terms of what to expect and everything like that. They even have a burger cafe or something like that, and certainly some other stuff and all. But I would say, based off what they showed to the trailer and everything like that, it looked really neat and everything. Excuse me. And it definitely is sort of interesting that they are deciding to build this museum and all, but nevertheless, the idea of exploring their history and basically a lot of the stuff they did even before they entered into the gaming space is certainly an interesting thing, and one that I would love to visit if I ever visit Japan and so forth. So I will say overall, based off of what they showed during that 10-minute direct about the Nintendo Museum, it definitely looks interesting, and I'm sure there are Nintendo fans that would definitely love to go to Japan and visit this museum to learn about, Nintendo's history and everything like that. So it certainly is interesting indeed. Obviously, they didn't make any special announcements outside of what they were showing with this, basically for this museum. Although, excuse me, there are rumors about a direct next week or sometime before the end of August, but time will ultimately tell if that truly happens or not. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get to part 2, and this one has to do with a comment made by Koei Tecmo and the future of them doing collaborations and everything like that. So we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of my 2 cent video, and for this one, we're going to be taking a look at a comment Koei Tecmo recently made and everything. Excuse me. No. Now, when people think of Koei Tecmo, some of the games that pop into their minds are either, the Ninja Gaiden series or Dead or Alive. Though, but a lot of people would point to, say like the Warrior series, particularly Dynasty Warriors, to even, games like Neo 1 and 2, Wulong Fallen Dynasty, and the recent release of Rise of the Ronin and all. So Koei Tecmo is known for doing several games and all, some that have certainly, appealed to an audience out there. But they've also done some collaborations or even certain, worked on certain IPs, whether it's, Fairy Tail to doing One Piece but in a warrior settings and all. They even have been known to team up with Nintendo, and have worked with them before in the past. I believe they helped out with Fire Emblem Three Houses, but they're also known for doing the Hyrule Warrior games and the Fire Emblem Warrior games. As far as Warrior games go, I do like the Nintendo themed ones. I think Hyrule Warriors is one of the best Warrior games, at least in my view. I think it's the best Warrior game out there. While I think the Fire Emblem games in general, Fire Emblem Warrior games, I think are the best Nintendo theme type of Warrior games and all. And recently, Koei Tecmo was asked about this in terms of collaborations or going forward, and it seems to indicate, based off their statement, that they are willing to continue with these kind of collaborations and everything like that. In an article from My Nintendo, excuse me, it reads that, quote, a huge part of Koei Tecmo's success in the past decade has been because of the games they collaborated with other companies. They point out Nintendo to release Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes. So there have been some curiosities on whether the company plans to continue with this. According to their latest financial results briefing, an investor mentioned that collaboration games have been more infrequent recently. When asked if anything has happened, Koei Tecmo said that our policies and resource remains the same, and we will continue collaborations. There has been no particular change in the business environment, including the acquisition of new projects. Excuse me. So it does seem to indicate that Koei Tecmo is open to continuing with more collaborations and everything like that. And certainly I wouldn't be against them continuing to do more collaborations and all. I know there have been some mixed results like Metroid Other M, although I don't think that game is terrible. I don't think it's the strongest Metroid game out there and all. They've had some better results. I think Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order with Team Ninja, got a better, it got a good response and everything like that, but I think the Hyrule Warrior ones or the Nintendo themed Warrior games are the ones that I think a lot of people enjoyed the most. So to hear them that they would be open to more collaborations or continue with them is certainly a welcome addition, and I would be open with them working with Nintendo again on maybe working on some of their own IPs and everything like that. Like, I would be down if they did a Warriors theme, but this time using the characters from the Xenoblade Chronicles series. That is one I would definitely be open to seeing if they ever do that, though. So overall, I would say it does seem to indicate that Koei Tecmo is open to doing more collaboration games and everything like that, which is certainly nice. And I would like to see them continue having a relationship with Nintendo and maybe work on other or take some of their IPs and do something similar to what we saw with, you know, Hyrule Warriors and Fire Emblem Warriors and all. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get to part 3. And this one has to do with the announcement of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and the official confirmation that it's coming to the PS5 and everything like that. So we'll take a quick break and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 3 of my 2 cent video, and for this one, we're going to be taking a look at Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now, as some of you are aware, this was one of the games that Bethesda was working on, being produced by Todd Howard, who was a fan of the Indiana Jones series and wanted to, you know, work on Indiana Jones games and everything like that. And when I heard that Machine Gun Games were working on this game, it certainly caught my attention, though, because I definitely was curious to see how Machine Gun Game would handle it, considering I did enjoy their take on the, excuse me, the Wolfenstein games and everything like that. And when footage was shown last year of the Indiana Jones game, it certainly had kind of perked my interest, and I liked what I was seeing so far and everything like that. And of course, we have a official release date that was shown during Gamescom, which points to December 9th, 2024 to Game Pass, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam, though. So we have an actual release date, and it's coming out for the holidays, which is certainly good that it's going to meet its 2024 launch date compared to Evolve, which got pushed back to 2025, not to mention a statement by one of the developers about 30 frames per second, which, as a side note, I don't think 30 frames per second is necessarily bad if it's done right, but I don't deny that 60 frames per second is better and everything like that. But anyway, back with the Indiana Jones game, there was a question of whether or not this game was going to make its way to other systems like the PS5 or anything like that. And lately, we have seen Microsoft take some of their games, not all of it, but some of them have made their way over to other systems and all. Although there's been some debate about whether that strategy has worked or not. There's been some question about some games which have fared very well, like Sea of Thieves, but others, like say Hi-Fi Rush coming to like the PS5, there have been some reports that that game did not perform as well as Microsoft had hoped for, to Pentiment and Grounded coming to the Nintendo Switch and everything like that, to reports about the possibility that Game Pass may be stagnated at this time and all. But whatever the case may be, it seems that during Gamescom, it has been officially confirmed that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to the PS5 sometime next year. I'm not 100% sure what the date is, but in an article from The Verge, it reads that, quote, Microsoft and Bethesda are officially bringing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle to the PS5 after its debut first on Xbox. During Gamescom opening night live, Bethesda confirmed Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is coming to the Xbox and PC first on December 9th before launching on the PS5 in spring 2025. The confirmation comes months after The Verge exclusively revealed Microsoft was considering launching Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the PS5. This person wrote that in February that Bethesda Indiana Jones game would have a rather short excuse me, a rather short period of exclusivity, with Bethesda considering a PS5 launch months after the December 2024 launch on Xbox and PC. Sources familiar with Bethesda's plan telling me the company has been targeting April 2025 release for Indiana Jones and Great Circle on the PS5, but this date could naturally shift depending on development schedule. So the decision to bring it to the PS5, I mean, I'm not really against it since it's coming to Game Pass. I'll probably try it out on Game Pass before I decide if I want to purchase it or not. I think to me the strategy of Microsoft's approach I'm kind of mixed to a certain extent on this. While I do agree with the strategy in terms of like games that have been known to be multi-platform, like Call of Duty or Crash Bandicoot, like that kind of stuff. This one maybe because, you know, it is a licensed IP, so it's not an IP that Microsoft officially owns or anything like that. I'm just not sure about the idea of, bringing Halo to other systems or anything like that, since that is a Microsoft-owned IP, or Fable or Forza or something like that. But again, at the end of the day, it is Microsoft's decision, and they ultimately are the ones to decide whether they want to put their games on other systems or not. I'm just mixed with their approach to the whole exclusivity thing, which, excuse me, I'm not 100% sure I entirely agree with their approach, to be exact. Now, I will say that as far as timed exclusivity and, you know, paying to keep another game off another system, then yes, I can see the argument against exclusivity and everything like that. I don't disagree with that argument. But where I do support exclusivity is the kind of situation we saw with Bayonetta 2, where Nintendo was willing to 100% fully fund that game in exchange to make it exclusive for their system. So that part of exclusivity I kind of agree with and everything like that. But in either case, it seems as though Microsoft is going to move ahead to put their game on another system and everything. Whether this strategy pays off or not, that remains to be seen. It might or might not, so we'll have to wait and see if this strategy truly does pay off or not. But overall, I would say, though, that I'm a little bit mixed on this strategy, though. I just feel like it feels like Microsoft, it gives the impression that Microsoft is giving up on the Xbox, even though they're saying that they are not and everything like that, though. But at the end of the day, they're the ones working on the game. They decide what direction they want to go. Excuse me. This certainly is a controversial decision to some folks out there, but whether this is a smart idea or not, we'll have to wait and see when the game does come out. And since we now know it's coming to the PS5, it'll be interesting to see what impact this will have when the game does come out December 4th on Xbox, PC, and Game Pass and all. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we'll get to our fourth and final part, and this one has to do with basically the Circana numbers that have basically come out in terms of what we could expect, what did well on July 2024. So we'll take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with our fourth and final part of our My 2 Cent video, and for this one, we're going to be taking a look at the Circana numbers, particularly for July 2024. So the numbers have came out, Circana has put them out though, and there are some interesting things that kind of caught my attention, including onto the hardware side and everything like that. Excuse me. So in terms of what they're talking about in terms of hardware, this is what's mentioned according to Venture Beats, which picked up on terms of basically from Circana, saying according to them, July is the first month of 2024 so far to show growth in the hardware category, Piscatella adds. With regard to hardware sales, growth in spending on the PS5 plus 25%, and Xbox Series plus 48 hardware were particularly offset by a 44% drop in spending on Switch. So in other words, they're saying like the PS5 was number 1, the Xbox Series X and S were number 2, and the Switch was number 3, which is interesting considering the past Switch was always either at number 1 or at number 2. I mean, a lot of this may be Nintendo is running out of people to sell the Nintendo Switch, which is also a possibility. And there's also the possibility we are gearing up for Nintendo to make their official announcement of what the Switch successor may be. Excuse me, which is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. But in either case, Switch sort of came in third for the month of July, at least according to Circana. Now, in terms of the top best-selling games in the U.S. for July 2024, this is what they have so far, though. Number 1 is EA Sports College Football 25. Number 2 is EA Sports MVP Bundle. Number 3 is Elden Ring. Number 4 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the 2023 version. Number 5 is Minecraft. Number 6 is Nintendo World Champion NES Edition. Number 7 is Hogwarts Legacy. Number 8 is MLB The Show 24. Number 9 is EA Sports FC 24. Number 10 is Marvel Spider-Man 2. Number 11 is Mortal Kombat 1. Number 12 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Number 13 is Helldivers 2. Number 14 is Tekken 8. Number 15 is Luigi's Mansion 2. Number 16 is Sea of Thieves. Number 17 is UFC 5. Number 18 is Rainbow Six Siege. Number 19 is The Crew Motorfest. And finally, at number 20 is Ghost of Tsushima, though. So, EA Sports College Football 25 is obviously the big seller. I think some of that might be because, football season is starting back up again and all. But either case, though, that one became like the number one for this week, though. In terms of basically the best-selling games of 2024 so far, according to Circana, as of July 2024, they have EA Sports College Football at Football 25 at number 1, Helldivers 2 at number 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 2023 edition at number 3, Dragon's Dogma 2 at number 4, EA Sports NPV Bundle at number 5, Elden Ring at number 6, MLB The Show 24 at number 7, WWE 2K24 at number 8, Final Fantasy, I think Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth at number 9, excuse me, Tekken 8 at number 10, Hogwarts Legacy at number 11, Madden NFL 24 at number 12, NBA 2K24 at number 13, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League at number 14, EA Sports FC 24 at number 15, Persona 3 Reload at number 16, Minecraft at number 17, Grand Theft Auto 5 at number 18, Sea of Thieves at number 19, and Marvel Spider-Man 2 at number 20. So obviously the big winners that come out of the Circana numbers are basically the sports game, particularly the college football one. Obviously, that one was the big winner of July. Again, I think some of that is with the upcoming football season and everything like that. Kind of interesting to see that the NES Championship Edition basically made its way into the top 20 and everything like that. Certainly not bad. But to see the hardware, on the hardware side, seeing the Switch at number 3 and everything, that to me is a clear indication Nintendo might want to be talking about their next system sooner, everything like that. I just don't know how long Nintendo can stretch the Switch out and everything like that. There's no doubt the Switch will be very successful for Nintendo. There's no doubt it's going out being a very successful system. I just don't know how long they could stretch it until they have to start talking about their next system and everything like that. So overall, obviously, the sports titles were the big winners for the July 2024 Circana numbers, and of course, seeing the Switch at number 3 in terms of hardware sales, like I said, does seem to indicate Nintendo may have to start talking about their next system soon and all. Okay, this concludes this My 2 Cent video for this week. And again, these are my opinion. What are yours? What are your thoughts about the Nintendo Museum that was shown, though? Do you think this looked interesting in any way? Is this something you would be opening to visit if you ever visit Japan or anything like that? What are your thoughts about Koei Tecmo doing more collaborations or continue to do more collaboration games? Do you think this is a smart move for Koei Tecmo and all? Do you think they should more focus on their IPs or anything like that? Would you like to see them work with Nintendo again? Maybe another Warrior theme type based off of Nintendo character and all? What are your thoughts about Indiana Jones and the Great Circle and it also coming to the PS5? Do you think this is a smart move on Microsoft? Do you think this is a dumb move and everything like that? Do you think, are you still planning to pick up the game when it comes to the Xbox systems and PC, or even when it's available on Game Pass and all? Excuse me. And what are your thoughts about the numbers that came out for, for the Circana numbers for July 2024, though? Were you surprised to see the EA Sports College Football games do very well? Do you think the Switch being in third place in hardware sale is a sign that Nintendo needs to be talking about their next system? Do you agree with what I said in this video? Do you disagree? Do you have a difference of opinion? As always, sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And if you do like this video, I hope you hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you do, make sure you hit the bell icon for notifications of any new videos I put up. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to, and feel free to donate to my channel if you like. You can do it through PayPal me, Patreon, or Steam Labs. Links will be in the description of this video, so you're watching this on YouTube. And I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that'll be soon. Until then, from Southern California, I wish you all a good day then. Bye!